Just when you think things cannot get any worse for Mayor Eric Adams, they most certainly do and have. Stay tuned. And there's a bonus at the end. So again, stay tuned till the end. Greetings and happy Friday. Happy Friday to one and to all. Perhaps it is already Saturday, depending upon where you are on the globe. Give yourselves a round of applause for making it to and through another day, because we all know that a new day, a brand new day, is a blessing. So, without further delay, let us get into this story. Now, we've heard of Watergate, we've heard of Pizzagate. Is there now Potato Chip Gate? Let's take a quick look. Winnie Greco. Who is Winnie Greco? No, I did a story on her not too long ago. Winnie Greco is a right-hand woman to Eric Adams and was very instrumental in fundraising efforts last go round. However, we've got to put a soft pause on that because Winnie Greco was under investigation for possible, and again, I implore you always to conduct your own thorough, meticulous research, because facts may change. There could be some errors, retractions, anything could happen. So try to get the latest information as possible. But back to Miss Winnie Greco. Very instrumental in Eric Adams' previous campaign, however, was under fire and had a residence allegedly raided for, again, possible. And again, I have to emphasize the word possible connections with the Chinese when it came to the 2021 campaign. Now, I have to say that at this time, Eric Adams is not being eyed, at least in the public, according to reports. However, Winnie Greco is, and again, she had a position, a high-ranking position as an Asian advisor. So there's a swirl of controversy there. Now, in my opinion, you would think after some of that smoke died down, you would try to stay low under the radar. And there's a picture there of both Eric Adams and Winnie Greco. And you know that he has held her in high regard. However, according to reports, in a Harlem fundraiser York on Wednesday. I'm sorry, but this is just when you hear the colloquialism that you can't make this ish up. This right here, absolutely would fall into the top 5 to me, at least for this year. We've heard of mayors and other political figures under the microscope of bribery. I'm laughing because DC, anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. But to my left and possibly to your right, you will see a bag of Hers. That's the brand name, Hers. Sour cream and onion potato chips. Why am I showing you that? Well, that's the title of the video. During the fundraiser, according to reports, I'm sorry, this is just hilarious to me because, again, it's just me. Pardon me. But it has been reported that Winnie Greco gave a journalist, a reporter, the bag of chips. I believe they met at met somewhere, and perhaps had lunch, or maybe just stopped in to chit chat. However, this bag of chips ended up in the journalist/reporter's hand. The reporter didn't open it because it was already opened. And what was inside? Again, this is all alleged. A red envelope. Again, a red envelope with $100. The reporter / journalist immediately contacted the investigator's office in Brooklyn and other law enforcement agencies. And when it got back to Eric Adams, he was in shock and said he was a stickler for morals and ethics. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, Winnie Greco has already been under the watchful eye of investigators, again, as it relates to the 2021 election. And the latest election is coming up very soon. So now, she was promptly suspended, and her lawyers said that she was very sorry. She meant no harm, and it is their culture, meaning the Asian culture, to give journalists / reporters gifts just out of kindness. Now, I know a lot of Asian people that I've done business with. I never received a chip, a cookie, not even a card, but that's neither here nor there. Again, Eric Adams has has a reprieve right now. He has nothing to do with this, but unfortunately, because she was, until the suspension, a volunteer for this latest campaign, that could possibly hurt him because, again, when you hear the word bribery, it just sends red flags. So that is the latest as far as the story of Winnie Greco. Winnie. Yes, Winnie is spelled like Winnie the Pooh. Greco, Greco. You can Google and find the story, I'm sure, from other outlets. Now, I asked you to stay until the end because I had a bonus. And here we go. Again, this is in relation to Eric Adams. His former top aide, I emphasize the word former, Ingrid Lewis Martin. As you can see, photo there, and the paparazzi not giving her any air to breathe as she exited a vehicle because she, again, according to reports, also has been under fire for allegedly accepting over $75,000 in bribes. These are new charges for which she has pled not guilty. Again, Mayor Eric Adams, longtime confidant and former chief advisor Ingrid Lewis Martin was indicted Thursday, which was yesterday, on charges that she accepted more than $75,000 in bribes during her time at City Hall. Lewis Martin, who resigned from her role days before she was indicted on separate corruption charges last December, and that is her making that Green Mile walk. So, Winnie Greco, a volunteer, was suspended for, again, allegedly stuffing a red envelope into a hers potato chip bag to a reporter/journalist during a Harlem fundraising event that reporter/journalist snitched faster than you can say ambassador, and she was suspended abruptly. There was no further comments, and Ingrid Lewis Martin, again, former chief advisor to Mayor Eric Adams, was indicted on yesterday. That's her again, and the quick little snippet. Again, she is pled not guilty, so we shall see what comes out of that. Question in closing: do you think any of these things, and there have been quite a few, has already hurt Mayor Eric Adams' run for office again? Even though he's not being charged for anything, just the connections of these two women that are very close to him, with whom he entrusted, and I'm sure many of the constituents, again, under fire for bribery/corruption. What's new? Eric Adams not sure if you heard or not, but those things are considered crimes, and President Trump is cutting down on crime. He's going to clean it up. Now, I'm in the DC area, and if you haven't heard yet, the National Guard is here, and there have been pockets of arrests here and there. So I would probably, if I were a betting person, batten down the hatches, because the city might be next. Home rule in DC is 30 days, and it may go to the end of September. Who knows? But if I were you, I would keep at least one eye open every night. Everyone, please make sure that you please remain safe, well, and healthier. And if you like this video and any other videos, please let me know by leaving me a big thumbs up and your thoughts on this bizarre but true story. So the next time you dig into a bag of chips, let me be specific, potato chips, that you look for an envelope and cash. Times are getting hard out there, and kudos to the journalist/reporter for returning the money immediately. Until next video, bye-bye for now.